In our economics class today, we are continuing from where we stopped in our last class, and that has to do with charts and tables we discussed previously. Today we are continuing on our charts. It's either pie charts or pie graph. What is pie chart or what is pie graph? This is just a simple circle of any convenient size which is divided into sections or sectors, each of which is proportional to the quantity or value it represents. It's measured either in percentage or in degree or both, and this is done with the aid of a mathematical device called a protractor. The entire circle is represented by 360 degrees or 100%. We'll take an example to see how we can explain this. It's just a representation of a circular device or a circular diagram representing each of the items you want to analyze. And these items is mathematically calculated either in degree or in percentage, but they are represented in a circular form. We're going to take an example of how we calculate pie charts in a degree form, 100% degree, and in a 100% at 360 degrees. The percentage is in 100%, the degree is in 360 degrees. We're going to see example how we can do this mathematically and how we're going to represent it. Example, I told you that it is done with the aid of a mathematical device called a protractor. This is a protractor found in your mathematical sets. This protractor, it's in 360 degrees. From here to here is 180. When you turn it downwards, it's another 180. So when you use it to make a circle, draw it in a circular form, either you take it right this way or this center line or in a smaller way, depending on the circle you want to draw. It's going to be, when you take it double side, take it this way, take it this way, it's going to be 360 degrees. So with the aid of this your protractor, we are going to draw a pie chart using an example. I'm going to put the example on the whiteboard and we're going to solve it together to see what we're going to have. So let's look at the example. Example on the whiteboard. The value of exported goods in 2000. The year 2000. These are the value of exported goods. First, cocoa, granite, petroleum, coal, and other things. And the value in million is, for cocoa they exported 200 million, granite 140 million, petroleum 240 million barrels, for coal 50 tons, and others 90 million. Now let's see the workings. I told you we are going to look at it from the percentage viewpoint and from the degree viewpoint. I told you that pie chart is a circular circle that represents information in the proportion which they fall into. This circle is very small because I use your protractor to measure 360 degrees. It goes in this circular motion and information are represented in there. Let's see our working and let's see how it is represented in there. Now let's go. For cocoa production, what we will do is, this is the value. Number one thing we will do is sum up the value of these products that was exported. 200 plus 140 plus 240 plus 50 plus 90, all of them will be indicated that they are in million. So not adding the zero here will not be a problem. When you add them up, it's going to be 720 million. After summing this, we will take it further to calculate our percentage rate. Now, what we do is the product, which is the cocoa, over the subtotal of what it's exported, divided by 100, because we're going to divide by 100 because that is what the percentage we are looking for, 100%. So it's going to be the number of products all over the subtotal times 100 divided by 1, and we'll have 27.7%. Same goes for granules. 140, which is the granite exported, over the total number of what is exported, which is 120, times our percentage rate, which is 100% we are looking for, over 100 over 1, 100 over 1, we'll have 19.5%. Time will fail me if I start taking it one after the other. And so I have done the workings. I'm showing you how you can do it. Go and lay your hands and do it yourself. Look for past questions and answer this question. There are a number of past questions, and if you follow this formula and this format I've put in here, you'll get the answer correctly. So also it goes with petroleum, 240 over the sum total 720 times 100 over 1, you have 33.3%. Coal, 50 over 720 sum total times 100 over 1, you're going to have 6.9%. 90, which is for other things exported, over 720 times 100 over 1, you're going to have 12.5%. To find out if what you have done is correct, sum up all the figures here. If your figures here did not give you 100%, no, you are wrong. Then go back and recalculate. But if after summing 27.7, 19.5, 33.3, 6.9, 12.5, it gives you 100%. What we have was 99.999, which approximately is 100. If you sum it up, it's going to give you 99.9999. And in your mathematics, you were taught approximation. And so approximately we have 100%. So this is how you do your working for percentage. Your question can stop here. They can ask you to represent this in a bar chart. It's just for you to draw a circle and then represent it. But make sure you use your protractor. You look at it. The highest is on petroleum. You can just use an imaginary way to share it. Don't mind what I'm doing. This is what I did correctly, but I'm just giving you an instant. This will be your 33.5%. This is 27. You can come here and say this. It's your 27. This is more than the other one. You can say this is your 27.7%. And you can come here and tell me that this is your 19.5%. You can come here and tell me this is your 12, and this is your 6.9%. And this, in that case, we're going to increase the 3 because it's higher. I will take the 3 to be here and take this to be 12.5%. If you are asked to put it in this percentage form, this is just a rough one, it will give you this. But I'll use this one that I have used with protractor to experiment and show you better. So this is the working for percentage rate. If you stop at percentage rate, this is how your working will stop, and you can represent it this way. But if you are asked to work it in degree, we are going to see how we're going to put this working in degree. How do we put this working in degree? This is for percentage. It's just similar thing you're going to do. The only difference there is going to be, instead of working with your 100, which is percentage, you are working with your 360 degree, which is the sum total of a circle. The sum total of a circle, 360 degrees. And so you are going to take 200 over, which is cool, 200 over 720 times 360 over 1. Remember you took 100. Here you're going to take 360. At the end of your working the same process you took there, but you are putting 360. Whatever your sum total is here must be equal to 360 degrees. Sorry, 360 degrees. If your sum total here, 100, 70, 120, 25, 45, did not give you 360 degrees, your workings are wrong. you go back and you work it again. But if after you have worked it this way, your product exported over the sum total of what is exported times your circular total, which is 360 over 1, which will give you 100 degrees. Same thing for 140 over 720 times 360 divided by 1 will give you 70 degrees. 240, which is the product of petroleum, over 720, which is the sum total of what we have here, times 360 over 1 will give us 25%. Same goes here, 90 over 720 times 360 over 1 gives us 45. 100 plus 70 plus 120 plus 25 plus 45 should give you 360 degrees. If it gives you that 360 degrees, know that your workings are correct. Here, the percentage rate have given us 100%, and here, the degree rate has given us 360 degrees. Now, how do we represent it? Use your protractor. This is your protractor. Place in your book. Draw. This is 180 degrees. Turn it the other way around and draw another 180 degrees. Then trace. If this is 100, you trace from your protractor and trace where there is 100, and you see 100 is here. You place it in your book and mark out your 100. Trace it to your point of origin. This point you see here is your point of origin in the cycle. In this my diagram, I think I took this point as my point of origin and I traced. When I traced my first tracing, I did 100 degrees, which is this. This was my 100 degrees. I traced from here to here and it gave me 100 degrees and I roll it off. And I traced again my 70 degrees. I traced from here to here, gave me 70 degrees and I roll it off. And I come again, I got my 120 degrees, I place my protractor, I stop at this place. If I put 100 plus 70, give me 170. So I'm left in this upper side with 10. I place it downward and I calculate another 110 to it. And I got here and it becomes my 120 degrees. And I come again, I trace again, I have gotten 120 here and I've gotten 70 here, so I'll just have this fraction here and I trace 45 out and trace 25 out. That way I have done my pie chart. So this is your pie chart. This is how we do workings on our pie charts. So please lay your hands on past question and see how you can do this working on your pie chart. In our next class, we will talk about bar charts, simple bar chart, and when, if there is time, we'll take histogram. Thank you for being part of Class Online School today. Please go over this pie chart and see how you can do it, because it's a recurrent question in your examination.